We are married and we are again one. This is a new beginning and a new covenant. BeUpOne is the continuance of what we've already begun and what we are now beginning. First and last without ending. What is said first is created. It is the beginning. And what is said last is created next. It is not an ending, but a new beginning. At the end of all our sentences and or paragraphs is a period, clear as crystal, of water and of life. And this cleanliness resides between us forever. Middle names are now blameless, and last names are without endings. So what's next is known, and what is torn is sown. Greetings, new beginnings. Our beginners are experts. They are paving the road with sadness. They're planting our paths with beauty. Healing is a man's best friend, and our women knows best. The city of BeUpOne, aQueena, has invested pure blood into our community. Pure blood. I am the only resident of flesh, so there is only one type of blood. Type 1 blood is the city's universal trademark. And our deposits and withdrawals are donated to all worlds. We are heavenly. Our blood is enriched in white blood cells and are allies of all Earth's inhabitants. Crowns of kings and queens, delivery by all means. Viruses and parasites are visually removed. Our blood is one, yet plural, and snow white. Undefeated and never to be defeated. Protectors of the world's health organizations. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Yes. The city of BeUpOne, aQueena, has created a healthcare program for all of our members and followers. Our healthcare beneficiaries are associated with the city's faith-based community. Benefits are created in whole life insurance with life-term expectancies. Every policy is equivalent, and the community grows together as one. None of the city is underserved. The community's faith is great and its honor multiplied. The people of the world and beyond shall benefit from its light, for it provides sunlight greater than any sun. Our healing capabilities are unlimited and unchallenged. Sunbathing is as bathing in tranquility with cleanliness unto God. Our health care is not measured by coverage or false claims. All claims of the city are true, and all claims of our community is proof. Every policy is engraved in life skills management upon our kingdom of Jesus Christ. Benefits of our healthcare program are guaranteed, and our lives and terms are forever streaming. Every family member and all friends associated with the beneficiary is covered by our healthcare program, lest he or she continually deny their own inheritance. I bring all of my children home into the city of BeUpOne, aQueena. Rather you have been made ashamed or left in a shallow grave, there is no situation deep enough to keep me away. Things have changed because I am aware the time for saving and healing has come. My spirit protects without neglect. I only need to be silent. I know not of you nor do you of me. My son was and is of God. Now when you call, I hear, and surely will I respond rapidly. God has given me power over time. He is my name among others, and is the shortest gap between time. Behold, I come quickly. Hallowed be my name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Every story directed by the media is not true, and every gift that government gives you is not a bill. The poor have always been here, yet relief of the Most High has just come. It's not a change of heart, more so an addition of God. We are the first and the last. Government is third party and deliverer of gifts and messages created and authorized by me, the one and only I am. Women's rights is the fabric of my existence. My mother's womb decorated my mental state. Nevada and California, in which I blossomed, are as one. My birth was planned and announced among the heavens, but my presence upon earth is both mysterious and miraculous. However, everyone that came across my path was made aware. I love the female species as a little girl that loves her childhood, and as a male child's first crush. There is no competition made against me, nor is the work of my endeavors challenged. Call upon me, and my spirit shall set you free. Do not stand up for yourself by yourself ever again, but stand with me forever, and I shall meet thy wants and needs. I am protective of those that bring up my name in faith. There is no government over my governing. My governing body is upon all government and its officials. In spirit am I made whole, and with spirit shall I save. Who are they that denies the one that brought us to birth, as if her labor was without pain and suffering, as promised? The only thing they can count on is the Lord our God, who gave punishment to all evil transgression made upon that time. But I am a new day upon new days, and my new contract is forever free. The world practiced female non-participation during the pandemic to observe how it could be without you and your supporters. And though you were made silent, I heard your voices loud and clear. I only put their mask on their ears, so they did not hear when all of you spoke at once. My speech is yours and yours is mine. For your protection shall your words be as fire, and your mind my desire. Blessed are all females of all species, and shall all your supporters prosper among thee. I seen Kylie riding in a dream. Approximately 2 days after she went missing, I was standing in the parking lot of a bank. She appeared on the sidewalk with 2 filled plastic bags and asked if I could help her. I began to walk towards her, but I turned my head in another direction for a second. As I looked towards where I last seen her, there were only the 2 plastic bags on the concrete. I figured she wanted help with the bags, so I grabbed them and began looking around for her. But she was nowhere to be found. I instinctively began walking towards the bank parking lot from which I came. Still looking around for Kylie though, all of a sudden a little girl appeared in front of me. It was as if she came from behind me or from out of me. She was approximately 6 years old and had black straight hair combed backwards. She seemed to be somewhat reluctant to walk with me towards the bank parking lot. However, she continued walking in the direction. And as we approached the parking lot, she became completely trusting of my presence. Yet I was still looking around for who I now perceived to be Kylie Rodney, who I also thought was the little girl's mother. When the little girl and I reached the parking lot space where I thought Kylie's car would be parked, there was no car there. Then the little girl asked me, Where is your car? I thought to myself without responding out loud. I said to myself, where is your mother's car? In fact, I was also thinking, where is your mother? I then awoke from the dream. Soon after, I saw on the late night news that 2 bodies were discovered down a mountainside some 70 miles from where Kylie Rodney was last seen or heard from. I wondered if the 2 bags I grabbed for Kylie represented the 2 victims that were found just a little while before her. I also believed that the little girl may have represented the spirit of Kylie Rodney's daughter, and that Kylie may have been pregnant upon her death. I had a dream of Kobe Bryant, approximately a year after his death. I was in the spirit inside a basketball gym, hovering, watching myself in the flesh play basketball below. All of a sudden, Kobe came out of my hovering spirit. Upon his head was puddles of water or sweat that seemed to be replacing puddles of blood he accumulated from the accident. He angrily approached my flesh below. Instantly, I was transferred from my hovering spirit to my body as he walked up and stood over me. I was at the free throw line and was about to shoot free throws when he whispered something in my ear. After listening to him, I aggressively went towards the basketball goal behind me and grabbed a manila envelope from the backboard next to the rim. I then took it to an office in the gym next to the basketball courts and gave it to a young lady. Upon awakening, I wondered what the manila envelope was or stood for. Some of my thoughts were and are directed towards the NBA logo and the American flag, which are both placed and can be seen upon the backboard of an NBA goal. However, I also wondered if the manila envelope represented the pictures that were illegally taken and distributed by first responders at the time of his death. This would explain his anger and discontent in the dream. I remember when hip-hop and rap was hated and challenged in its beginning stages. Some of its biggest supporters today were opponents years ago. Hip-hop and rap is a God-given craft, but what God gives is what others fight against. Ignorance played a huge factor in its early stages. Critics would say that it's not a true art form and that sampling older artists' music was a form of thievery and a lack of talent. Criticizers cared not to mention that most black artists back then did not own the publishing or the copyrights to their music. And even though most of those artists revolted against hip-hop and rap, it is the biggest reason why black artists of all ages benefit from royalties and ownership today. Hip-hop fought the good fight and did direct it in the ways of freedom. For what most of our parents created but did not own, we came and claimed ownership. The battlefield was multi-level and was felt throughout the muscular system. Racial discrimination played its role upon the business, and other ethnicities did embark on the oppressive mutual agreement. Hip-hop is the culture, and rap is the voice. It was not born out of thin air, but was and is of its original creators, the revolutionaries of truth and justice in music and beyond are the foster parents of hip-hop and is the original voice of rap. So many to mention that we write their names in endless comments. When the industry blamed them, God proclaimed them among the highest mountains. Keith Sweat put the boom in R&B, and I can guarantee his biggest fans was hip-hop and R.A.P. You better ask somebody, baby. I had an experience within a dream that took me to the year 1912. I was chaperoned by a guide of some sort, and I could not see him or her or it. But we did speak to each other, both verbally and telepathic. We entered a stairway upon a great ship that was cruising upon the sea. I remember reaching the main deck and telling the chaperone that I wanted to see the water from where we were. We were enclosed within the deck and would have to walk a short distance in order to see the ocean. But the chaperone wanted me to meet some of the crew first, so I agreed to. He introduced me to the captain of the ship and his supporting crew. The captain began greeting me and explaining his and their daily endeavors while living on the ship. He was a white man dressed in what seemed to be a military officer uniform. He appeared to be of middle age. Soon after the captain spoke to me, he introduced me to a black man wearing a common military uniform. He was part of the crew, and he and the captain regarded each other highly. While the crewman spoke to me, I thought to ask him a question once he finished speaking. I wanted to know the name of the ship we were on. As soon as he stopped speaking, I began to ask the question, but what I said was, "Aren't you guys happy to have set sail on the Queen Mary?" Thereby answering my own question. And they were of complete joy, and was honored that I said so. However, I did get to ask a question, which was answered by the crew. The question I asked was, "What year is it right now?" And they responded, 1912. I've had experiences in dreams like this before, so I remained cool and sought to dig in for more questioning and information from the crew or even my own mouth. I've learned that my mouth has a mind of its own and definitely knows things that no one knows, including myself. All of a sudden, while the crewman continued to speak to me, he and they began to look different. It seemed they were starting to look dead, or that they were dying. Although we were all still talking among ourselves, they appeared to slowly transform into dead bodies that were still active but steady fading. Then I awoke. I was awakened from the dream, and still remembering the dream, I quickly logged onto my computer and went to Queen Mary in Long Beach, California on Wikipedia. But the dates of the ship's creation and service did not match. Then I seen an attachment link on the page. I clicked on the link and there it was. HMS Queen Mary was the last battle cruiser built by the Royal Navy before the First World War. Launched March 20th, 1912. Sunk during the Battle of Jutland, May 31st, 1916. I was then able to understand why they started to take on the look of death. My explanation is that I time traveled from the year 2015 to 1912. So because I came from after and beyond their death and was also beginning to awake from the dream, coming back from 1912 to 2015 began instantly upon meeting them and awakening from the dream. A slow awakening as I began to wake. So I began to see their death which had not yet come upon them in 1912 when I was meeting them. But because of our meeting, and the more I awakened, the closer I got to their death date of May 31st, 1916. And to explain why I didn't see them in their death bodies as soon as I met them in the dream, it's because I had just met them. Put it together. Though I time traveled the same road to and from, there was no connection that connected our lives until we connected in 1912 in my dream. This experience is not to say that anyone you or I dream of will have these same principles or likenesses. Dreams and other encounters differ along many other landscapes. I just know that this dream and time travel is right on. I'm sure that truth is, can, and will be added to this dream and revelation of time travel, but none can be replaced nor taken away. Children of mine, of flesh and spirit, listen to me with the attention of your highest and best regards. We must build upon our living conditions and turn our studio into a living dream house. Begin building with your heart and seek not your mind. Open house is not needed, for it shall be built with an open heart of hearts. I am your living refuge. Seek ye me and no others. All writings will mark the beginning of a new song, and every song will be sung continually as streaming finances, digital reprints, and downloads. There's no cost nor taxes charged for renovations. Our lives have paid the cost, and your trust in me is the master key. Our doors are always open for believers, subscribers, and fans, and the master key is made available to true followers. Oh, Romeo and Juliet, somewhere out there art thou. The people know it's not, but I have summoned you both for your love, addiction, and self-entitled affliction. There was no trace of thee until now. I shall connect your dots and plots together. No longer shall you play to the ears of your audience. Ye shall be on stage and in the front row. I bear not your words, but your herds have I heard. The crumpling of leaves have formed a crumb trail to their hearts, and I increase their pulse as one. Never has there been such an audience capture of him. A video of the great escape, seen by many witnesses before and after. No agency of any sort knew of anything nor anyone. It is only believable because they are all together. One backs the other's words, the others become one truth. A circle of trust as the world turns. It is said that it takes two to tango. I alone